it's finally about time we add Muzan to the tier list. It's been exactly 1 month since I made my recent tier list, and since Muzan came out, obviously I've had more time with the game, so my opinion has changed. So before we go over Muzan real quick, we got to touch on the rest of the tier list that, spots have changed and, my opinions have changed on different characters. So we're just going to get like straight into it. So if you guys are kind of new to how I'm doing tier list now, you will see that I have the tournament winners, slash meta, the viable characters, the decent and not viable. This is kind of like a different type of way to do it instead of doing the classic S tier, A plus, A tier, stuff like that. I thought this would be a little bit more interesting, but if you guys are keeping up with like my tier list and stuff like that, this will be the second one. Obviously, I've made a few changes. So in the not viable list, I only have Daki there now because honestly, through everything I've tested, Daki is without a doubt the worst character in the game right now. Like, I don't think there should be any reason you should ever be using this character. Like, Daki's just really bad, so she's gonna stay down there. I already explained in the last tier list like why I think she's bad. Now, if you notice, there's two other characters that aren't down there anymore, and that is Shinobu and another character that I definitely downplayed crazy. So Shinobu, I also moved her up to the decent tier list. I don't think she's like bad necessarily, but like I said, these characters are decent. Like, you can use these characters for the most part, but they're not really going to get you as far if you were to like play in some type of tournament setting and whatnot. But she can work depending on the assist, but overall she has like too many flaws that I think this is where she needs to be. I also moved down Makomo, I moved down Edie Inosuke as well, and I moved down Swordsmith Tanjiro. He's just a really average character, to be honest. Like, Tanjiro, it's really hard for him to work in neutral. He has decent damage, but nothing too crazy. Makomo, she has horrible scaling on any of her skills except for water, surface, her neutral skill actually, which you're barely going to be able to pull that off. But she has pretty bad scaling, which hurts her in the long run. It becomes like a four touch game with her. But Inosuke is like definitely way different from the first game. Like, they took away his like cancel for his tilt skill, and his armor can still clash with other skills. His neutral skill is pretty good, but the damage, like his damage is just way less, you know what I mean? So overall, I think this is where like I said, they're not heavily ordered down here in a decent list, but this is the range of where I think everybody here like belongs in so far. And now we are in the viable list, and as you can see, there's a lot of changes I made since last time. First of all, let's talk about Susumaru. I heavily downplayed this character. It's because, like I said, the game first dropped and I see how like way worse she is compared to like her counterpart in the first Demon Slayer game. Like, she was way better. But over some, matches I had with certain people who use this character, I've been able to see the light, and she's still pretty good, still pretty viable, definitely. Obviously they nerfed her damage pretty badly, but like, she still has a really good toolkit. She's a zoner at the end of the day. So she still beats majority of the characters below her, obviously, but I think this is a perfect spot for her. Rengoku, I moved him up here as well because the more I used him, I did put him in decent because he has a really weird flaw about him. His tilt skill sometimes, like, not even sometimes, all the time, it'll lose tracking. Like, if someone's just walking around and you try to do Blazing Universe, it'll just completely whiff, and he's like really unsafe. But besides that, he has really good damage. His grab is really insane. He has a good recovery with it as well. It's really quick. It's one of the fastest grabs in the game, and he has a level 2 dash speed. Like I said, and his assist is pretty good for pressure. And because the push block isn't as good as in this game as the last game, he can like pressure you easily more. But other than that, yeah, Rengoku belongs here. I had dropped Genya down here because I think overall his neutral is really strong against a lot of characters because of the way he plays, and when he boosts and surge, his toolkit kind of changes. But I think overall, like he can gain meter fast as well too, but overall, I think that characters with faster dashes and certain assists, I think will be able to pressure him. But he's still a strong character, of course. I dropped the wives down from meta because obviously everybody didn't know the matchup. I thought she was really strong, but she is still really strong. She has really good neutral, good setups. Unescapable, like, guard break setups with the assist. She's still really good in neutral. And now I have Enmu and Gyoko sitting at the top of viable. I did have them in a higher list last time, but Enmu, like I said, he's still strong. He just loses to the characters I think that's above him. So same with Gyoko, they're really strong characters. People still downplay Enmu to this day when the character literally has unescapable resets where you can't boost. You would have to waste a resource like the switch to get out of it, and he can TOD you easily if you have no subs. So yeah, Enmu's still pretty ridiculous. Same with Gyoko, he's still really, really strong, and people probably haven't seen the light yet. But overall, everybody else is still in this category in the viable list. I think this is where everybody is at right now. And now we have the tournament winners slash meta character. These are the best characters in the game that you could perform very well with in bracket, in tournament. We obviously, Guillaume is still the best character in the game. Iri Zenitsu at number 2 because he literally enables like almost every Slayer just having him as an assist on a team, and he's still pretty strong on point as well. Akaza, he's the best demon in the game. Like his neutral and stuff is still strong. I was downplaying him a tad, but he was still in this like list, but I think he's top 3 in the game. Mitsuri is still really, really strong. I already explained why she's ridiculous. Zohakoten, I did have him in viable last time, but the more, people found more tech about him, I see how strong he really is, so I did downplay him. Susumaru, Yahaba, this team is still really ridiculous. This team is ridiculous, I cannot lie. They belong here. And last but not least, Muchiro. He is in tournament winner slash meta. He is still really, really good. And now it is finally time to talk about Muzan and where he should be out on the list. Now, when it comes to Muzan, I think overall he's still a really strong character. He has a lot of good things about him, and he has some bad things about him. First of all, let's talk about his negatives. I think Muzan, right, he takes a lot of damage. He takes one of the highest damage in the game, same as Akaza, 1.25, so he takes a lot of damage. He also has a level 1 dash speed, and it's, level 1 dash speed for characters really hurts them in the long run. You're never going to see a top tier character that's level 1 dash speed, to be honest. Well, it depends on their toolkit, but 9 times out of 10 they're not going to be the best because they're slow. And last but not least, Muzan, his tilt skill is really bad. Like, because he has level 1 dash speed, he has nothing. He struggles in the neutral, right? He really struggles in the neutral. The tilt skill is not really good. I mean, it could go through projectiles, but like I said, it's inconsistent at best. But other than that, that's the bad things about him. Now let's talk about the good things. Muzan, he does really, really good damage. His grab is insane. It's really fast. It does have kind of bad recovery. Like, you can easily punish him if he whiffs. His demon skills are really good. He has one that's armored. They both start red combos, but they can combo into each other. He has really good combo routes. I think, I forgot to mention another bad thing about Muzan is he's very limited when it comes to his ult confirms. Like, it's really rare you get consistent ult confirms with him. Like, it's not that many options, I should say. But overall, like I said, he has really good damage. That's the best thing about him, is that his damage is really good. Because like I said, it rewards him for, his weak neutral when he does, touch you, hit you in neutral. His neutral skill is really good. Like I said, his guard skill is really good. He can combo into it, get a free dash. Like I said, Muzan is a really solid character. I think he performs really well against Slayers. I think he struggles a little bit more versus demons because most of them have stronger neutral than him in the first place. But with all these facts in mind and all the matchups that I've played, I think it's perfectly fair to put him in the viable tier list. I got him right here behind Giyu. I think this is a perfect spot for him. I think he's better than Susumaru and AD Nez in terms of demons, but Gitaro, Rui, and the others have stronger neutral than him overall. and seeing what the other characters have better like overall like toolkits than him. This is where I would put Muzan at, and this is the list where everybody is at. I think is like where they're placed at so far. I know there was also some people in the comments telling me like how should you play Muzan. Has a very defensive type of like skill set, so he's definitely stronger on defense than offense, of course. So yeah, this is pretty much it. If y'all have any more questions or want to, we can always chat in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.
No one else we can dream.